Hi there, my name is Gareth and I'm from a company called Groundswell Arts. Today for Library Presents we're going to be looking at films that we can make in lockdown. Specifically today we're going to be looking at green screen filmmaking. And for those of you that don't know what green screen filmmaking is, it's the ability to do some sort of animation or puppetry in front of a green background and then to make the green background change into some other image that you have decided upon. This is often used in special effects in films. The app that we're going to be using today is called Green Screen by a company called Do Inc. It's £4.99 to download and it's available for the iPad or iPhone. So things that we will need to make our green screen film are firstly a story. Now you can choose any story that you like. Today we are going to use the rainbow fish. You need a template for a storyboard. This is so we can plan out all the different scenes. Some white card for drawing all of our backgrounds. Once we know the scenes that we want, we can draw the backgrounds in, and obviously we need pens or paints or even collage to make these scenes with. We will need an iPad with all of the apps downloaded onto them and also a stand so we can stand this in front of the puppetry and record it without it moving too much. We will need green paper, or if you don't have green paper you could use green material like we have in the background here, or even paint a box green. The main thing is that we try and use the same uniform green across the board to make it easier to get rid of when we're making our puppetry. We will need some characters. Now obviously we're doing the rainbow fish, so what we have here is a couple of different puppets. We have a stick puppet of a fish. The explanation of how to make these is on a link on our website. We have a green stick, which is imperative, so we can make the fish look like it's swimming and the stick disappear. And likewise with our octopus cup puppet on a string, we've got a green string to make sure that disappears when we've finished making our film. The last thing that we'll need is something to work inside. So what we've done is we've created our own sort of working environment here, a bit of a stage. What it is, just a cardboard box cut sort of an S shape down both sides and then taken apart like this, which creates our working area. And what we'll end up doing is with some pegs, we'll pin some green card around it so we can create our own green screen studio. So what we need to do next is obviously make the film. What I'm going to do here is we're going to go through one of the techniques for using the green screen app. There are many ways of using it and lots of different sort of processes you can go through if you want to get into that, but this is a very simple way, especially if you're working with children, of just making your own small puppet film. What I've done is I've gone through and broken the script down into a storyboard, so we've just managed to turn it into 6 short scenes, and I'm going to go through one of these, this one here, and just show you how to animate the fish. I've also, beforehand, I've taken a photo of one of the backgrounds that we've taken. I've taken 6 different backgrounds and I've taken a photo just using the iPad's normal camera, and we're going to use this in the green screen later on, but I've already taken that picture beforehand. And of course I have our 2 puppet fish for the scene. These instructions for these are on our website, so you can look at how to make those as well. Right, so to get started we need to turn on the iPad and open the green screen app. Now it looks like a purple octopus, so we'll open that and it will come up with this opening page. In the top right hand corner we have a plus button. If we press that, it will say create new project and it will come up with this screen like this. So at the moment we have a black screen because we haven't put anything into it, but at the bottom here we can see we have 3 bars, 3 long bars. This is our timeline and this is where our film or images will go into. Now I like to look at this as a collage where we're going to build up layers. So to start with, we're going to start with the top layer, just so you can see how this all works. We're going to press this plus button in the corner here. Press that and it will give you some more options down the side. Now the top one here says add the camera. And then we've got videos further down if we had any video footage that we wanted to use, or photos. And later on obviously we're going to need to use the photo of the background that I've already taken. But for now let's press the add the camera. And that will bring up, obviously at the moment the camera's facing the wrong way around, so we press done. And we'll turn the camera around like this. And this is now facing towards the front. Now it looks like it's still black. And the reason for this is the camera's turned on, but it has already taken out the green from the picture. So if I put my hand in there, we can see my hand in the screen, but obviously anything that's green has disappeared. So this is how we know that this is working. The next thing that's really good to know is with this, see, we've got the color wheel here. If we press this color wheel, it'll bring up a few more options. Now over here it says enabled. If we turn that off, you will see the green in the background. We turn it back on, the green disappears. Now if we wanted to just fine tune it, sometimes when we use the sticks, you can still see some of the stick in shot here. So what you can do is you can just slightly change the sensitivity here, and that will make the stick disappear. There we are. So you have to get the balance between the stick being in and the fish being seen. There we are. Now, so once we're happy with that, we press done and we go back to this scene here. Obviously the green's gone, but there's nothing in the background. So what we now need to do is add in the photo of the background that we took before. So we're going to go to this middle section here. So we're going to press the plus button in the middle. It's going to bring up the options again, and we're going to press the one that says photos. And in the camera roll at the top, press that. The last photo taken should be the one that we've just done. So we're going to press that there. And now we can see our background has gone in on the middle layer like this. Now if I put my hand back in, we should see my hand in front of our stills background, or of course the fish swimming around in there as well. Now you can see in the second layer down here, you can see that this bit here, this is the photo that we've just put in. You can see the green square at the beginning and the red square at the end. Now this at the moment is only about 5 seconds long, and obviously when we start filming our scene it's going to be a bit longer than that, probably about 30 seconds. So you can see the picture that we've imported in this second layer, and you can see that it begins where this green square is and it ends where this red square is. Now at the moment that's about 5 seconds, but obviously when we start filming we're going to need something longer than 5 seconds. It's probably about 30 seconds. So if you just hold your finger on the red square here and drag it slowly along, you can see the numbers changing above, and that just makes it go slightly longer. So at the moment if we make it about 30 seconds, which is about there, when we film we're hoping to end the filming at about that point. Okay, so next we need to film the scene itself. So we do this by clicking back on the camera at the beginning here, so we can make sure the yellow box is around the camera, which means we're recording. It brings up this option here to record the video, and once I press that it's going to go countdown 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 at the bottom here, and at that point it's going to start filming. Now it will also record audio. So the simplest way to record your film now is, as you're doing it, is to do the dialogue or the storytelling over it. There are other options, we can add things in later, but we're gonna record the dialogue now, and I'll explain those afterwards. Okay, I'm gonna have to stand up for this, so we're gonna press the record, watch the countdown. Oh, I'm a beautiful fish. Oh, beautiful fish. I'm a beautiful... Hey, Mr. Fish. Can I have one of your scales? You look very nice. No. I'm a beautiful fish. I'm a beautiful fish. I'm not giving you any. And once you finish filming there, you press stop. It's going to give you this option here that says preview your video or save to the camera roll. Now with the preview you can obviously look it back, make sure you're happy with it. Once you are, you press save to camera roll, and this is now saved into the iPad, and you have a very short finished film, or one scene of a film in this case. Now, as I said, there are other options, so let's press done here and go back. If you wanted to add the other scenes in, or you wanted to add, say, another layer to that film that we've just done, what you have to do is you have to go back and you have to get rid of these two layers here, bring the film back in, and then you can start again. So I'm just going to quickly show you how to do that, just in case you wanted to take this on and do something else. And so I'm going to click on this bar at the top, and it's going to bring up these options down the bottom, one of which says delete. So we're going to delete that, and then we're going to go to the middle one, and we are going to delete that. Okay, so we go back to a complete blank slate. Then pressing the middle one again, we're going to press plus, and instead of going to add the camera or photos, we're going to add video, because obviously we just saved our film as a video. So we click video, camera roll, the last one saved in there, and then you press done, and you now have our film. So if we just wanted to watch that back, we could watch that back. Oh, I'm a beautiful fish. Oh, beautiful fish. I'm a beautiful. Hey, Mr. Fish. Can I have one of your scales? And as you can see, that's the film that we just made with the voiceover as we did it, all into the film like that. But we now have other options. So if we wanted to, we could add more fish on top of that. I don't think the scene necessarily needs that on this one, but let me just show you. If we click on the top bar again with the plus button, if we added the camera, and this time if we press play, you can actually see the film happening, and we could also add in fish. Oh, beautiful fish. Another fish. Hey. So we have two blue fish. Can I have one of your scales? You look very nice. No. I'm a beautiful fish. So you could add in extra layers that way. You could add in some seaweed moving down the front if you wanted to make some seaweed puppets. You could also, at this point, instead of doing the narration as we filmed it before, you could potentially put some green onto a wall, and you could film yourself telling the story, and instead of filming the fish puppets, you film yourself over the top. So you have an extra layer of you doing a live storytelling, and you could put yourself in the corner down here as the fish wandered around. Once upon a time in the deep blue ocean, there was the most beautiful fish that ever lived. He had beautiful scales that shone in the ocean. All of his friends used to call to him,
"Come and play, rainbow fish.
Come and play
Rainbow
with
fish,
us.
come and play with us."
One day a little blue fish followed after him.
Rainbow fish, wait for me. Please give me one of your shiny scales. They're so wonderful, and you have so many.
Who do you think you are? Get away from me. The rainbow fish swam on and left the blue fish behind. Word got around of how the rainbow fish treated the little blue fish, and all the other fish in the ocean stopped talking to him. The rainbow fish was saddened by the other fish. One day he poured out his troubles to the starfish. "I'm really beautiful. Why doesn't anybody like me?"
I can't answer that for you, but if you go beyond the coral reef to the deep cave, you will find the wise octopus. Maybe he can help you.
The rainbow fish went over the coral reef and found the cave.
I have been waiting for you. The waves have told me your story. This is my advice. Give a glittering scale to each of the other fish. You will no longer be the most beautiful fish, but you will now discover how to be happy.
The rainbow fish started swimming back. How can I give away some of my scales, he thought. They're so beautiful. Suddenly he saw the little blue fish.
Rainbow fish, please don't be angry. I just want one little scale.
The rainbow fish wavered. Only one very, very small scale, he thought. Well, maybe I wouldn't miss just one.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
A rather peculiar feeling came over the rainbow fish. He felt happy. Soon everyone heard about the little blue fish's new scale. It didn't take long before the rainbow fish was surrounded by the other fish. Everybody wanted a glittering scale. The rainbow fish shared his scales left and right, and the more he gave away, the more delighted he became. When the water round him filled with glimmering scales, he at last felt at home among the other fish. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope that this film has been informative as part of the Library Presents. If you need to know any more information or would like to download the storyboards or the information of how to make the models that we've used, please visit the website at the end of this film. Likewise, if you do go away and make some films, we'd love to see them, so please follow the email address there and send them to us and we can put them on the website for everyone to see. Thank you.